Kanye just did something very unexpected and something that a week ago nobody would have thought was possible, but he somehow bounced back from the big L that he took with Vultures 2 and the subsequent fixes and whole nitrous gas situations that we've had going on surrounding him. So today we'll take a look at that, so let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So Vultures 2 is out. We've talked about it quite extensively. It's gotten updates, it's gotten digital deluxe grails that a lot of people have really wanted for a very long time, and of course we've had the whole nitrous gas addiction situation, which left people really worried. We had hashtag save Ye because we thought he was being controlled by the people around him. We've all viewed him in a very concerning place. It's not even that we're worried that he couldn't make good music anymore, but just about his life, about his health. That's what we were worried about, because the people around him seemingly weren't doing the right things, weren't the right influence that he should keep around him to, maybe return to old greatness or just to stay healthy and not die. And we've discussed this, but then obviously one thing that was still in the back of our minds while talking about all of this was the Korea listening experience that he announced a whole month ago, which took place on August 23rd. So this Friday, which was a big day because we were all looking at it very, very, in detail, because we would be looking at every move he makes, every word he says. And that thing was pretty amazing. I mean, it did happen just the way he promised to. It didn't get delayed. It just, plain out happened. And it was really big. We've had this whole stadium of people with their phones and flashlights out. We've had dancers on the ground, which actually looked pretty cool compared to some other performances that Ty and him gave, where they were just jumping around themselves. And they played some music. They played a lot of music. They played 74 songs. That's right, 74 fucking songs they played. That is the majority of his discography. They started out by playing Vultures 1. They got through the album. Kirko listed all of them on Twitter, which I thought was really cool. So you can see right here, it's a lot. And after they got done with Vultures 1, they moved on to Vultures 2. They also played a new version of Bomb, which now features Miles, which apparently North put her dad on, which is pretty interesting. But then you can see it kind of shifts into All Falls Down, Jesus Walks, Through the Wire. We're going all the way from Graduation, all the way to Diamonds from Sierra Leone, Late, so Late Registration, then Good Morning, Stronger, I Wonder, Good Life, Flashing Lights, Homecoming, so all the way to Graduation. Then we have Heartless from 808s. Then Run This Town, Power, All of the Lights, Monster, Devil in a New Dress, Runaway, which maybe you've seen this one clip of them just playing one note and the whole stadium goes crazy, which was definitely a legendary Kanye moment. So they also played Twisted Fantasy. Then they went on through all the Good Friday music that they dropped, and they played Yeezus. Then they played Watch the Throne as well. It was really amazing. Then they went all the way to Modern Day Ye with Life of Pablo, with Ye as well, and then also with Donda. And he closed out on 24 and Praise God and Come to Life. So on a very religious note, we'll talk about that in a second too. But this was crazy. He only skipped Jesus is King, which was interesting, but 74 tracks. That was insane. And the crazy part about it, he actually performed those tracks, or at least threw in a couple of vocals here and there, which was something that we never expected. He actually held a mic. That is something that we hadn't seen in the previous listening experiences. So all of this is just amazing, considering that we didn't think this was going to happen this way. We thought this was just going to be another one of those listening experiences where he's just jumping around on stage. It was actually a listening experience. No Vultures 3, though. We'll talk about that in a second, too. What I did want to also mention is he posted a post on Instagram with, the songs that he was meant to play. There were some on there that he didn't actually end up playing, but just him being active about this on Instagram is a pretty good sign that he's in good spirits. Also, as I said, he actually closed on 24 and said a prayer at the end of the show, which could mean that, maybe he's in a more religious direction now, which would be a good sign, because a lot of people have been criticizing Vultures 1 and 2 for being hedonistic, for being kind of off track of the moralistic standpoint that he was on over the past couple of years. And maybe this means that he's more focused on the music and on not just having very surface level lyrics at this point, which I think could be a really good sign. Now, why did he do this though? Why did he actually decide to do a real listening experience where he's performing, where he has crazy, set stages on set at the stage, obviously, and where he's just going through 74 songs? Maybe he did take some of the criticism that a lot of people had to heart. Maybe he did take the criticism that a lot of people didn't like the listening parties, or of Vultures 2, some of those listening experiences to heart, and wanted to improve on that, which would be the best case situation. And that would be the best case for all of us, for Kanye, because he's just going back to the stuff that he does best, focusing more on the music, actually delivering great material for the fans, and for the fans, because this is what we wanted all along. We wanted Kanye to just put in some work on anything he does, on the music, on the live performances, on anything that he does, and it seems like he's going back to that. So this is really something that we didn't think would happen, but this is a very positive sign. We thought this was the fall off. Now he's slowly climbing up again. If now he comes through with the Vultures 3 that is pretty good, then this is going to be amazing. Now, Vultures 2, I think he's just going to let it rest. I think he's done with Vultures 2. There's not going to be more updates. We haven't gotten any over the past couple of weeks, only at the beginning. Nobody really thought that he was going to go all the way with this. I just hope that if he takes the same approach to Vultures 3 as he did for this listening experience, listens to the fans, puts in some more work, then Vultures 3 could be really good. But obviously, we can't just look over Vultures 2, because that was a mess. Also, what's up with the nitrous situation now? Because he seemed pretty healthy. He seemed that he could perform. He seemed in pretty good spirits. This wasn't what we thought was happening to him, being so lethargic, having those pictures of him with the nitrous gas face mask. We don't know what exactly the situation on it is right now, so we don't know if he's still on the nitrous gas or not, but it seems like maybe he just took a big dose before the show, and that's why he was so happy. Or, he's actually off it, actually maybe getting a little closer to his religious roots again, which would then maybe go hand in hand with his, getting out of addiction, which would be a really good sign for both him and the fans, which I really hope that he is. I hope he's doing well physically, I hope he's doing well mentally, and is not addicted to anything at this point in time. And we can just move forward, maybe a little more in a bright direction when it comes to Kanye, because even as fans, it's been really rough seeing him go through this, seeing him just fall off like that, to be honest. And if he's now getting back up, putting in some more work, putting in more effort, and putting out quality music, then that would be the best case for everybody. So that's how Kanye kind of bounced back from the L he took with V2, with Vultures 2, Volume 2, to now delivering this performance. This is just the beginning, though. Just because he did a great show, it doesn't mean we can't, we can just ignore Vultures 2. That's not the case. But at least it's a sign that there is hope. So that's what I'm going to leave this with. Let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think about the Korea show? What do you think about the fact he plays 74 songs? And where do you think the whole nitrous gas situation is at right now? And what do you hope for Vultures 3? All your thoughts on this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.